Hello, everyone. This is Ivo from IVICUO, and today I'm pleased to be with Stephen Stouffer. Hopefully, I am pronouncing it well.
You nailed it. That's perfect.
Great. So today we are going to talk about the new partner for marketing operations, which is AI. We hear AI, has been the biggest topic this year. And also we have seen Stephen publishing a lot of content and a lot of very interesting information about AI and marketing operations. So we are willing to learn a lot about this topic. So before starting with the different questions, Stephen, I let you do a quick intro of yourself and also Tray, the company you work in.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm the traditional RevOps accidental admin type person where over a decade ago, I kind of got handed a system. At the time, it was Pardot, marketing automation platform. And then I've just been in the space ever since. So I kind of reluctantly got pushed into it. And then I fell in love with it and I've been just sticking with it. So I've been in a bunch of different roles, but like started in marketing automation, that turned into marketing operations, turned into revenue operations. And now, of course, I'm here at Tray. So Tray is an iPaaS integrations company. So they do integrations between all of your different systems. And then recently we've actually rebranded to Tray.ai. So we have some native AI palette connectors that you can then weave into your automation processes that you have with your systems. So I've been with Tray for about 6 months, but I've been a customer for about 8 years. So it's weird to be in an in-house role over there, but it's fun.
Yeah, nice. Cool. So if it's okay for you, let's start.
Yeah.
So let's start with a big and open, very open question about how do you see AI impacting marketing operations right now? How do you see because it's true that we hear a lot about AI main players in the market. They are releasing AI features, Salesforce, HubSpot, etc. So how do you see, or where do you see the biggest impact right now related to AI and marketing operations?
Sure. So there's a stigma right now with marketing ops and even rev ops and sales ops. Basically, all the ops is they're just basically ticket masters. Like you just submit a ticket, they go in, they fix the thing that's broken, and then they're done, right? They're not necessarily strategic partners of the business when they should be, right? Like that's where operations should live, is they should drive the business strategically. So where I think AI is going to make a big impact is it's gonna simplify the ticket aspects of, I think, operations to where it's gonna make things simpler to get things fixed. And then I think marketing, sales ops, rev ops is gonna be able to focus a little bit more strategically. So automating repetitive tasks, generating reports and whatnot just easier. So I'm really hoping that if we can remove those repetitive tasks and we can automate that leveraging AI, then the stigma will go away. And then, the ops departments can become more strategic.
Yeah, and when we mentioned, for example, repetitive task, what will be for you like the most common repetitive task that we can see in marketing operations that now AI can cover?
Probably like data quality issues. So like fixing data. So I'll tell you with something I did. So I integrated a LinkedIn lead gen forms. If you sit in marketing ops, you're probably familiar with that kind of integration. So you can either hope and pray that there's a native integration, or if there isn't, you have to go into LinkedIn, you have to do an export, or any platform that doesn't have an integration, do an export and then import it into your systems. You have to clean the data. Sometimes users are just entering in data that's incorrect. So like I layered in AI in that process where it fixes some of that data, and then it integrates into your CRM. So like what took about a week and a half to do that integration now happens in seconds. So I think those small little repetitive tasks of just doing data imports or generating emails or generating subject lines, I think is the pain of that is just going to go away.
No, completely. I have a very simple but I mean, for us, it's a great example that we have had with AI recently. That it's we have several clients. The main communication that we have with them is via Slack. So
Mm-hmm.
all the requests, all the
Mm-hmm.
questions, all the problems will come via Slack.
Yep.
We tried a little bit Slack AI. Personally, and the team also, we didn't like it. The outcome that we had from the AI that we have from Slack. But what we started doing is an integration that will categorize all the requests
Yep.
and automatically are going to create a ticket in ClickUp, which is the tool that we use.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And as we are two different branches in our team that dedicate to different type of projects, the AI will classify the type of task.
Yep.
And sometimes I have questions or more junior people that it was for the data, no? This task, it was incorrect classified. And I said, no, the AI was correct, in fact. So many times we can even have these issues that sometimes you don't know exactly because maybe you don't know a lot about the topic. AI can give you these steps. So super interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned one very important point, which is I think at least I'm talking for our projects the biggest nightmare, which is data quality. So
Mm-hmm.
in terms of data quality, also I saw one infographic that you published I think today or yesterday about new AI agents. That one of the biggest problems that leaders thought about that was the potential problems in data quality that AI can bring with their implementation. So how do you, or what do you see, or what do you think the marketing operations team should do to be prepared for this data quality potential challenges, and also to have a good data quality to be prepared so AI can act later?
Yeah, so I think that we've moved almost past data quality as being the issue, honestly. And I've shifted my perspective on this a little bit. Like when ChatGPT came out, what, 2 years ago, maybe, a little under, data quality was the issue because if you fed it the wrong data, the output was really weird, right? First name was incorrect, the
Mm,
geo is incorrect, whatever. But like we're now moving almost into the era of agents where data quality isn't the problem. It can actually infer what the correct data should be because
mm,
you can plug into things like Clearbit enrichment. So like if you just have an email address, assuming the email address is correct, you can get the domain. And then if you get the domain, you can get the company information. You can look that company information up. And AI has become so smart that if you feed it duplicate records, it can figure out which record, is the correct one based on, created date or, which one has the most data or updated most recently.
mm,
So I've shifted my perspective a little bit on like what's the issue with AI, and I'm more towards access to your systems. That's the problem. It's not connected to your data. And then the other issue is a lot of people just don't know what they want to do with it. They don't know how to ask AI to get an outcome that they want. So like those are now the two issues, I think. I think AI will get to a point where it's so intelligent, like it will the bad data won't affect it. In fact, it will probably fix it in the process of
mm.
the lifespan of implementing AI going into next year with agents.
Mhm. Okay. And talking about AI agents, how do you see it now that we are talking or we are starting 2025? Do you think it's going to be the year of AI agents for B2B companies? Is it going to be
Oh,
like the
yes,
the
of
key
course.
priority?
Yeah, I absolutely do think so. Right now, a lot of the agents and stuff that you build are primarily on an LLM, so large language model. But I think that it's going to shift a little bit, and we're going to see smaller models, and they're going to be
Mm,
smaller models on a per company basis. So, like instead of
yeah.
using the data from OpenAI, which takes up incredible resources. I mean, they're losing a million, I think $1.5 million every day because of the power and the processing that it takes. It's not scalable, right? Like they'll go out of
Mm,
business if they keep that up. So these smaller models, I think, are much more reasonable, and you can run them locally on your own infrastructure. So I think the future is going to be these smaller models that are completely built around your business, your products, your solutions, and where you want to go within your business. So I think that's where it's going to be. Maybe not in 2025, but I think we're going to lean more in that direction, and people will be less dependent on the open AI chat GPTs of the world.
for sure. And now that you are talking about smaller models, I think now as they are going to be more personalized for the company, for the business, for the project,
Yep.
also it will be more easy or easier, or even we could ask to the AI how the analysis or how the outcome was done, no? What
Yeah.
was the analysis process behind? I'm connecting that with, for example, the scoring, lead scoring models, lead qualification models.
Hmm.
Many times, and I could see years before when we had these predictive lead scoring models. Many times, you say, okay, I have a good lead, but I don't know, I don't understand why. Or sometimes it was shown several properties that didn't make sense at all. So.
Hmm.
Uh, what do you think about the potential that can have the lead qualification with AI being part of this? How can it go one step further in the lead qualification process?
Yeah, so if you run a pretty complex marketing team, you probably have two different types of qualifying kind of categories. You've got the scoring side of the house, which is, how interested is that lead in you? How active are they? How many forms are they submitting?
Yeah,
How many web pages are they visiting? And then you have the grade side, which is how interested you as a business are interested in that lead, right? Do they fit your
yeah.
ICP? Are they in this C-suite? Are they an enterprise company, right? So what you end up having is just this network of if this then that statements in your marketing automation platform, right? If they're a director and their role as an IT and they've done this and this and this and this, then give them a high score or a high grade, or a combination of both, right? So I think we're going to go away from that, where we're not going to have this network of if this then that type statements, and we're going to have just a definition of your ICP somewhere as a document that you will feed AI, and then you'll give AI person and the company information, and then it will just look at those two things and say, oh, okay, either they're a good fit, a bad fit, an okay fit, whatever that output is. You kind of need to know what that is. If you want a number, a grade, or
Mm,
maybe fire emojis, whatever it is, and then it's going to be able to be dynamically changed in real time. So like as your ICP and company grows, you're going to be shifting who you're going to be targeting. And I think that's where this is going to be really important, and where it's going to scale is you're not going to have to go back to the scoring rules and go and change 15 different things and make a really complex update that's probably going to break something. Instead, you're going to just change that one document that is feeding into AI, and then boom, within seconds, every new lead that kind of comes in, or even historically, they get
mm.
refreshed and updated with that new scoring model. So I'm excited to kind of see where that goes. But yeah, it's going to impact it pretty big.
No, for sure. And what we see is that many times we start with a qualification model that change every 6 months, for especially with the companies that we work that are scale ups with a lot of changes in the strategy, changes in the focus in the market, etc.
Hmm.
Nice. Cool. So about let's talk now about personalization of the campaigns. How do you see AI contributing to create more personalized communications to the audiences?
Yeah. So um, we're probably going to live in a world where every email that goes out, every landing page that you view, is going to be tailored towards you. So like the email, like right now, what you have to do with emails, you have to create your segments, right? Are they individual contributors? Are they director level? Are they C-suite level? Who is this person? And you kind of bucket it up. And then you figure out what kind of content that you're going to write toward those different segments. I think that exercise is just going to go away with marketing. I don't think we're going to be creating those neat little segments that we did before, because
Mm,
instead, we're going to say, hey, ChatGPT or AI model or whatever it is, write an email to this person about this thing. And then, you're going to send 10,000 emails, but each email is going to look just a little bit different and it's going to be personalized. I mean, we're already doing that here at Tray. So I think we're a little ahead of everyone in North America, and probably a lot ahead of
mm.
everyone in probably the UK or the EU. Um, but I definitely see that being adopted, because your open rates, your conversion rates, everything is going to be a lot more personalized, and it's going to be good content. It's not going to look kind of like the robotic stuff that ChatGPT has right now.
Nice, nice, nice. Cool. And then again, it's I mean the topic that we see every day, all the time, AI. It's in all the feeds, the LinkedIn feeds. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
So there is a lot of news, a lot of technology coming. So we don't know where to start, how to start. Many marketing ops or revenue ops, they might be a little bit like overwhelmed because of this new trend coming. So what would be your recommendation in terms of implementing an AI feature or testing even a new tool completely based on AI? What will be your recommendation to start working on that and really taking advantage of this new technology?
Yeah, so the, I'll tell you what I did when I was kind of just starting to like kind of brush up on this is I went to ChatGPT. It's free, everyone can access it. And then you literally just copy your LinkedIn profile, just drag and drop your mouse, copy it, or you can export your data, but that's a little more complicated. Just give it some context as to who you are, what business you work for, what your current role is, and then just ask ChatGPT, give me 10 examples where I can leverage ChatGPT in my role. And then
Mm,
take a look at that list of 10, and then just dive a little deeper and be like, okay, so email content generation, how can you help with content generation? And just kind of go down that rabbit hole. That's a good one. And then there's some AI communities. There's Slack
mm,
communities. Marketing operation professionals is a good one for ops people. And then on the Tray side, we offer free workshops. So if you want to build your own agent or get your hands
mm,
on kind of enterprise integration AI type software, like I said, we have AI native palettes. They're free. So like if you want to jump into a free trial, like shoot me a DM on LinkedIn, or set up a coffee chat. I do those, of course, for free. So I'd be happy to chat and kind of partner up with someone, kind of walk them through it as well.
nice. And we already talked about AI agents as one of the top topic for next year. What do you
Mhm.
think will be the top trends related to AI and revenue operations, marketing operations for next year?
Yeah. So I think attribution's probably going to change a little bit. And then I think we're going to see new revenue streams for marketing. So I
Mm,
think that there's going to be conversational based ads that are going to start to pop up. I mentioned earlier, OpenAI is losing 1.5 million a day. So there's got to be something that they're going to be generating revenue for. And I'm willing to bet you that we're going to start to see conversational context based ads popping up in conversations as you use something like ChatGPT. So I'm curious to see how useful that is, or if it pushes people away from leveraging AI. Like, if you want to mess something up, you just put ads in it, right? So, this is an opportunity where I think ads could be helpful and useful, maybe if they're smart enough to recommend tools, products, and whatever, given the conversation that's happening. So I think that's gonna open up a whole can of worms where marketing teams are gonna have to pivot a little bit, allocate budget, and then I think if ads can go in there, then it's going to be more widely adopted, I think, across the entire ecosystem.
mhm. No, and I think what you mentioned, marketing attribution, is a great example of a great application. Just because many times there is a high investment on a tool or just personalization of a marketing attribution process, and then later when we have the outcome after all the time doing this personalization, maybe it's not necessarily what the business expect, and they
Hmm.
want to do the changes, and this is more time. So maybe having these systems doing this marketing attribution, like giving a quick outcome just to show how it will look like later. You can say, okay, no, maybe let's do these tweaks and let's do these changes, and that will be a faster and a better outcome for everyone.
Yeah, and
Nice, nice, nice.
and just to give you an example of what that looks like today, right now you have first touch, last touch models, and a whole bunch of ones in between. But essentially, was marketing the last person who interacted with this person given a campaign, or was sales the last person to interact with the last campaign? Almost always, it's going to be sales before an opportunity goes closed won. So if you're a last touch model, it's leaning towards sales. But if you use AI, it's not really first touch or last touch. It can actually look at all of the touches and figure out maybe who spent the most time with this. So if you use a Gong or a Zoom, like we're on here today, it can actually pull those call recordings, look at those transcripts, like go through all of that text of where that person said they came from, and then make a
Hmm.
determination of whether or not did sales have a 30-minute conversation and marketing did all of the work, or did sales have 10 different calls and they just came in from an ebook or a newsletter subscription. So it's going to be able to weight it, I think, a lot more realistically than today.
Nice, nice, nice. I mean, looks exciting. Looks like many changes are coming, and looking forward for that. Cool. Okay, so I think we cover some of the key points of today. Again, thanks a lot, Stephen, for all the different ideas, all the different inputs that you have given to us today, and I'm looking forward to hear more about AI and all the possibilities. For sure, even today we are talking about some possibilities. Maybe in 3 months the possibilities will be even higher, no? So looking forward for that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Stephen. Have a good day.